Patch notes are out. Season 6 mid-season patch notes are out. Let's go through them and see what we have in store. Hero updates: Tank, Junker Queen, Jagged Blade. Impact damage increased from 50 to 65. Okay. So you get rewarded more if you land a knife. I love this. Orisa, please be a huge nerf. Please be a huge nerf. Fortify, starting good. Cooldown begins when the ability is activated instead of when it ends. Wait, it was like this? I always thought it was like this. Cooldown increased from 12 to 16.5 seconds. And overkill bonus decreased from 125 to 100. Okay, so how fast do you have Fortify? So a small health nerf and Fortify, I think it's a nerf. It's not really a nerf. I don't know the exact cooldowns. I think you have Fortify, 12 seconds. It's the same. It's roughly the same thing, about the same. I think they should have focused on her a little bit more, to be honest. It lasts for 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds, cooldown increase. They literally increased the cooldown by 0.5 seconds. That's what they did. Increase the cooldown by 0.5 seconds, and overkill bonus decreased from 125 to 100. I don't think it's that big of a difference. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, let's continue going through it. I don't think this is enough. I think Orisa is still going to be pretty strong. Zarya. Health increased for projected barrier from 200 to 225. Do you get more charge? Cooldown decreased from 10 to 8. And size increased by 15%. Now, this is insane. This Zarya change is insane. Zarya was already good against Orisa. If you don't want to play Orisa, you can go Zarya, right? This is insane. Zarya just became meta. I think that we're walking into a Zarya meta. You know who synergizes really well with Zarya? Lifeweaver synergizes really well with Zarya. Ilari synergizes well with Zarya. I think we're going slowly but surely into a Zarya meta. 225 on a projected barrier, so not on self one, on a friendly one. I like this change of pace. Queen got a small buff, Zarya got a huge buff. Plus, because this is bigger, then you can just farm it a little bit easier right now. Huh. Interesting changes. Okay, for the tank, I see you. But I think that Orisa should have been nerfed harder. This is just like, instead of decreasing Orisa's power, we're just buffing others. And this is exactly how we get into power creep situations. Let's go next. Okay, then has entered Overwatch 2. Overwatch is saved. Damage. Okay, so these are the only changes for tanks. Damage. Ashe. Reload time decreased from 0.25 to 0.2 seconds. Ashe has the longest total reload time of all heroes to balance out the advantage of being able to shoot after a partial reload. However, we're shorting it slightly to make full reload from empty less punishing. So she can reload faster. To be honest, it is a little bit upsetting to reload. With her, it takes a long time. Good. It's okay. It's gonna feel okay. I understand that. Bastion, please. Huge nerf. Please. Huge nerf. Please. Huge nerf. Tactical Grenade. Impact damage decreased from 30 to 15. And you can no longer deal critical hits, so headshots, in your ultimate? Wait. You could do critical hits with your ultimate, first things first. And secondly, this is not that big of a change. This is from 13 to 15. Chat, I don't understand this. Headshot in Bastion ult did more damage than Diva Bomb. Wait, how could you... Anyway. I think wait. The change to configuration is a bug fix from what was intended for the ultimate and will monitor to see how this impacts Bastion's performance. Okay, so it was a bug fix, but they added it as a patch note to seem that he got nerfed. Understandable. So it was a bug fix. Okay, and this is meaningless. I'm sorry. From 30 to 15, this is meaningless. I don't know what Blizzard is cooking with Orisa and Bastion nerfs, because I don't think they're kind of like... They're very small nerfs so far. Mei. Okay. Mei is still underperforming. So let's read. Endothermic Blaster. Damage increase from 65 to 70 per second. Duration before slow falls off between primary fire hits increased from 0.5 to 0.6. And Deep Chill bonus damage can also now be triggered with May's Quick Melee. This is like an effect that her weapon got a while ago. Oh no. They buffed May. I think it's if you play May, she's gonna feel amazing. But we're just buffs. Punch Wall and Ice. Yeah, exactly. Punch May. It's a big buff. I'm afraid that May will eventually get to the point in which Bastion, Symmetra, Torbjorn are, like slow buffs until they're very meta, and then everybody's gonna be like, what? But we don't like playing against these heroes and stuff. And I love a May meta, but this is good. I don't know about the damage increase in this one as well. Because, yeah, sometimes you couldn't trigger Deep Chill. Deep Chill. I'm okay with this. So far for tank changes, okay. More Orisa nerfs, my opinion. Damage, okay. Bastion nerfs, question mark. And now, support. I'm scared. Support passive. Duration until support passive activates increase from 1.5 to 2 seconds. What did you... I'm joking with this. I understand this. Okay, I'm joking. I know that you were like, wait, what is happening? Hear me out. Currently in the game, we have a power creep of sustain. And it's not necessarily because of supports being able to survive and to heal each other up a lot and stuff. It's because a lot of heroes are getting a lot of HP from everywhere. So, like, May can regenerate HP, obviously. Bastion regenerates 50 armor while in this, while he goes in target form. Sim can regen some HP. Orisa got a huge nerf for 45. I understand that, which makes it very hard to actually eliminate people. Supports getting out of the fights for 2 seconds and being able to regenerate. It's just sustain over sustain. It's a lot. Now, in seasons 1 and 2, I feel like support was in a pretty bad spot. Going into this season, it's a little bit tricky to get supports because of the amount of sustain that we have everywhere. And I completely understand and I love this approach, lowering the passive overall to try and reduce this mass amount of healing that we have in the game, of regenerating from everywhere, from 2 seconds to 1.5. It's not that big of a change. It is, I would say, it affects definitely more supports than others. Like, it definitely affects Ana more compared to someone like Lucio. Because Ana has the support passive, and that's it. She can use the nade for herself, but it's on a pretty big cooldown. While somebody like Lucio can just swap to his speed boost, to his healing aura, and that's it, is going to regenerate. So this is kind of like a direct, like it affects some supports harder than others. Ana, it affects Ana, it kind of affects Zenyatta, although Zenyatta has shields. So we have less sustain overall, and this just means that if you're out of the fight for 2 seconds, then this is gonna kick in. Supports will have a bit of a trickier time staying alive right now, but I'm curious to see how this is gonna feel, because dive is not being played that much currently. So I'm okay with this. Support heroes have received individual improvements to their survivability and are quite strong overall. So we're reducing the impact of the roll-wide passive. Okay, let's see. Baptiste. Regenerative Burst. Instant healing decreased from 50 to 40, and heal over time decreased from 50 over 5 seconds to 40 over 4 seconds. I think that Baptiste is probably the strongest support currently in the meta. He works in almost every team comp. He works in Rush, he works in Poke. Some teams even, like, you just pick Baptiste sometimes to just get like a lot of kills front, middle, left, and right. So I can understand this. Regenerative Burst is a strong ability. It's not that bad of a nerf. It's just less than 10 healing, and from 5 to 4 seconds, it's okay. It's still a strong ability. He's not nerfed into oblivion. I understand this. I'm okay with this. Baptiste is in a spot in which I would say D.Va is, Torbjorn maybe is, in which he got slowly but surely buffed, and now it's not that he's overwhelming the lobbies, but he might seem a little bit too strong. So I'm saying, number-wise, that I'm speculating that in a couple of months, heroes like D.Va, like Lifeweaver, like Torbjorn, that have received slow buffs and stuff, increasing their numbers, like Baptiste did a while ago, might receive some nerfs in the same style. But I understand Baptiste being nerfed here. And now Kiriko. Protection Suzu now passes through enemy heroes. Okay, sounds like a quality of life one. I got scared. I thought that they lowered down her stats because I don't think that Kiko has been doing a lot, doing very well. The protection Susan no longer knocks back enemy heroes. The projectile doesn't need to impact them either. This quality of life change prevents accidental activations when thrown into groups with both enemies and allies. Good. Good. My opinion on the patch so far, I would say that we are still seeing a lot of power creep in the game. A lot of heroes getting buffed to make sure that we have options for already strong heroes. And I'm a little bit worried about this consistent idea of just like buffing other heroes to keep up with already strong heroes. Like, I think that Zarya and Queen got buffed probably to try and keep up with Orisa. And I think that Mei got buffed. Maybe they had in mind to keep in track with Bastion, or Ashe might be good against Bastion. I don't know what they're doing. Support change is okay with it. And I just love to see, I think this is the second patch in which we see that Blizzard is trying to make some heroes stronger than others, in my opinion. We've seen Orisa, Bastion, trying to be meta in Season 6. Right now, I feel like we're going to walk slowly but surely into a Zarya meta, maybe into a Mei meta, so that we can see other heroes being played. Is this the right approach to the game? We'll have to wait and see. I personally love playing against multiple team compositions throughout seasons and stuff, and I think that we're in for a pretty fun couple of weeks, but I don't think that this was sufficient for Orisa and Bastion. Let's see if other heroes and other synergies will be sufficient to deal with Orisa and Bastion, because sometimes it's not fun if they have Orisa Bastion and you don't have Orisa Bastion. This being said, please let me know in the comments what you think about the changes, and make sure to subscribe. I'm also 7 out.